Hey, Nick.
Hey, Chase.
It's that time again.
What time is it?
Time for
Fuck this place!
Yeah. This is the Windy City. The good old Windy City.
He's just giving you something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rebrand it. We're now the Big Apple.
Yeah.
the biggest.
The biggest apple.
The
in the
slightly
West.
bigger apple. Has that city changed a lot in the last few years? I feel like people just like everywhere. I always hear people like, "Oh, I'm moving to Colorado. I'm moving to Denver."
I mean, it's Denver. Like I've lived here my whole life, so yeah, like I've seen it change.
Okay.
But it's mostly just like everybody who's like, I'm gonna go find myself. They come here, buy a pair of Chacos, suddenly take up hiking 14er as a sport, and then they're like, oh my god, I love a good piss beer. I'm like, fuck you guys.
Good piss beer.
Also, everyone's going barefoot too. Like
A lot of barefoot. Yeah, I'm from Morgan. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina.
woof.
And yeah, a lot of barefoot. I just went in July to visit the fam, and and I went on some hikes. I took my mom, and she was like, "There's a lot of barefoot." I was like, "It's a thing. Listen, lady, you live in a hippie town. I don't know what to tell you."
They love it. They're like, it's for grounding purposes.
It's
Go
for
touch some
grounding
grass
your
and grow
cut-ass
up.
feet. Yeah.
Right. Gross.
I mean, I think that I will say like the like foot health people have invaded my Instagram like somehow, and
Don't lie, you're a foot fetish. You're lying.
Yeah, the foot fetish morphed into just simply like foot care. It was pedicures, and now it's like gait, PhD, rehab or whateber.
It sounds
And
like you
they've got some
subscribe to foot fetish websites. I'm telling you right now.
Uh-huh.
You ain't fooling me.
We should maybe get started. We should introduce the podcast.
Let's
right?
do it.
Welcome to Fuck This Place, the podcast the podcast about jobs with Chase and Nick. My name is Chase.
My name is Nick, and with us today, another fantastic guest, born and raised in Colorado. She's a stand-up comic who made a name for herself with some very, very funny content on TikTok. As Denver's dive bar bartender, she's everywhere, and she's with us today, Morgan Roos. Morgan, how are you doing?
Living the dream. How are you guys?
Doing well. Thank you again for being here.
Yeah.
Did you have to work yesterday, Morgan?
Did I work yesterday?
We record on Sundays for those who are listening, and Saturdays a day that people go to bars sometimes.
No, I am not doing weekends anymore.
Hell yeah.
No, I always work the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday shifts, like the slow shifts. Because A, I don't split my money with anybody, so it's just me.
Nice.
I know, smart. And B, it's for some reason 10 times crazier, and I seem to thrive in horrible environments.
In madness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's crazier? Like it's busier, or what? What do you think?
Well, so we have like a running thing in our bar called like Sundays are cursed. Because for some reason, like the most insane shit happens on Sunday nights.
Okay.
And like, they're just like, oh yeah, Morgan's got it. Like she seems to do well with absolute psychopaths. I'm like, wow, what a compliment.
Nice.
Really needed that.
Yeah, someone made a wish.
It's better than like being like, well, she's terrible with psychopaths. It's like good. I'm glad you're able
slightly
to
better.
Yeah.
Slightly better. I would say in general, just that one would want someone else to avoid psychopaths altogether. That would be the take I would want. But yeah, but better than she's terrible with psychopaths, I guess.
Maybe it's because they think I am a psychopath. They're like, oh, she can talk him down because like she gets them.
We'll show you, Morgan, get in here.
Yeah, honestly, and that's everything. They're like, well, she's 6'1", she can double down as a bouncer. So fine, she'll make it happen, guys.
Yeah. Of course, the difference is the bouncer role is the person who lets people in, and
exactly.
You're now dealing with them. They're already there, and I assume they've already imbibed. It's not like nipping something in the bud, which is what a bouncer might be for.
Our bouncer is insane too. Like he's absolutely like he sells like fake Gucci bags out of his trunk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not making money from a bouncer, dude.
I was like, this man has like 15 side hustles. Like he'll like check your ID, and then he'll be like, "You looking for a Gucci bag?" They're like, "Here in this shithole."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "If not, I also breed dogs." Like,
yeah, a little menu.
Jack of all trades.
That's amazing. Well, Morgan, we should just jump into our first segment. We have a little itinerary here. First segment we do on every podcast is a segment we actually call Fuck This Place ? Where we decide if we would work somewhere or not. So we actually pulled up some posts from the Denver Craigslist, and we're gonna read. I'm gonna just like we're browsing Craigslist, I'm going to read the title to 3. You're going to pick one that's an automatic, like no fucking way. I'm not even going to click on it. And then we'll look at the other 2 and decide whether we work there or not. Make sense?
Yep. Love that.
Oh, okay, great. By the way, a lot of actual jobs in the Denver Craigslist, like we span the range, like of cuckoo Craigslist. And I feel like Denver, I saw a few that were like, hey, you know what? These people seem like they're real and they want a resume. Anyway, that's none of the posts that we pulled. Post number 1 title is Need House Demolished. Post title number 2 is Haircut My Place. And then number 3, music dash download to USB. So which one is an automatic no? The music, the haircut, or the house demolishing?
Probably house demolishing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite qualified. That's
like, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't own heavy machinery. Like,
well, you're gonna call that bouncer is what you're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows a contractor or whatever. Okay, well, let's just take a look at post number 1, which is Haircut My Place. Can you guys see this? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So there is a picture before the text begins. It's a stock picture, but it's a man.
He looks like a killer, right?
Yeah, he's got a dark aura for sure.
He's for sure like a bad guy in like a spy movie, at least, right?
Yeah.
100%.
He's getting kind of a late era, like what do you say, like 2015 era Bieber cut, or maybe 2013 era Bieber cut. You know that the swoop.
Yeah,
a little more swoop than I would say 2022 is asking for.
Yeah,
and then of course there's a gal who is cutting his hair, but
a little bit of Stockholm syndrome.
She might have Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, so she could be his captor or captee. Anyway,
I just want to know what he Googled. He's like non-suspicious hair cutting photo. And he still ended up picking the wrong one because she looks like a chef for some reason.
She does have a chef look. She does. It's the white shirt with no. I guess hairstylists don't wear aprons, but it seems like there should be something else on her that says hair cutter, and the white button-up shirt says pastry chef.
Well, he also looks like a priest. Like if you just look at the neckline,
very
there's
high.
a lot happening.
It's an aggressive neckline.
Better one. You could have picked a better cover photo for this.
Definitely, he might have Googled like haircut, not scary, and I don't think that he got it. But anyway, here we are. So the text begins, and it's pretty short. It says, "Hello, I need a great." And great is in all caps, hairstylist to come to my place and cut my hair, thin it out. Why you want it thinner? Anyway, and make it look really nice for a big meeting I have on Monday.
Can you imagine all the bum hairstylists that were like, oh, I guess not me then.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, damn, great. Walk out.
I'll pay good money for this. Looking for an experienced stylist. Oh, wow, he's really doubling down. Thanks. And then they sign it with Ryan. And compensation does say 75 plus, which says to me, this person's paying 74. But I could be wrong. And that's the post. That's the vibe.
Oh man, real creepy. I don't know why. Like you don't have a haircut place anywhere in the city you live in. You know, like you can't find anything to where you're like, no, I'll just take my chances with a stranger. You know.
Especially like $75. I don't know what like men's haircuts cost, but I know it's not $75. So why do you come here? And also, like, I can see the crossroads, right? And I know that part of town. That ain't a great part of town.
No.
So if you got $75, you're like willing to pay good money for said haircut in the shittiest part of town. Ladies and or men, I'm not picky. Cut my hair.
Right. It's true. The person did not specify the gender of our hairstyles, which is very progressive of them.
He also didn't say on his head. How do we know it's on his head?
I would have appreciated just a picture of the person. It seems like this person knew that there should be a picture, right?
Right.
They were like, oh, there's got to be a picture because they're not going to understand what a haircut is.
Right. And if you're a top tier hairstylist, what are you doing on Craigslist looking for this kind of stuff?
Definitely.
Like, why aren't you just at work, at your chair? You know?
Yeah.
Just hoping to catch someone that was just like in it for the love of the game. That's just still around, you know? Looking for pickup haircuts on the side.
Yeah, like a really good basketball player. Just walking into pickup.
I mean, listen, if they're an experienced stylist, why are they like combing Craigslist for a chance to prove themselves?
Maybe they got out of the game, you know, like maybe the tragedy is struck in their lives. Like they they broke a femur or something, you know, and
Mhm.
they've been out of the game.
The
You can't
entire
stand.
leg gone.
Yeah, they're missing a leg, and now it's time. This is their redemption story. This is their Rocky moment. And
One more run. One
Yeah.
more run with the scissors, huh?
I would like to loop back to the 75 plus, because you're absolutely right, Morgan. I mean, like the sport clips and the great clips of the world, they advertise like $9 haircuts.
Oh, yeah. Right. They
Men
have
are-
a group on.
Yeah, men are notoriously cheap at any kind of thing that involves their like person. You know, they're like, oh, I'll get a motorcycle, no problem, I'll shell out for that. But if it involves like my toenails, like fuck you, dude. I'll pay you a nickel to chew these off.
I got a kitchen knife in there. I'll just use that.
A toe knife.
And that's the other thing I don't understand is, again, I to out myself, I cut my own hair myself, because I'm a major motherfucking cheap ass, and also I don't enjoy small talk, which is all a haircut is. And I also think that I would want to pay for a good haircut, which is really more in like the 30 something, I would say, ballpark range for a fellow like myself. I cut it myself because I learned it's not like men's hairstyles aren't like hard, you know. If you
We
have
don't
one
know
of
what
those,
he's working with though. He didn't post a photo of himself. What if he's got long locks, or what if he has a mohawk? What if he's like tight and right?
well,
don't-
listen,
Right.
the Titan Ride and the Mohawk, I've both done, and they're rather simple. There's YouTube tutorials, my guy. Anyway, I'm just saying, if you're listening, and I hope you are, you got this, dude. Like, you want to pay $75, like for what, 15? You can get one of those razors with like the 1, 2, 3, 4. You will fail, I promise you. You know, there's going to be a couple rounds where you're gonna fuck this up, but like a couple cuts in, you're gonna figure out, you know. And I feel like you got this big meeting. Maybe now's not the time, but
Which also, that sounds vague, you know. Like I was thinking about, like I was like, oh yeah, for work, and then I was like, wait, you didn't say anything about work. It's just a big meet. It's just everything about this is just very vague. You know, I need a haircut. Come to this shitty part of town. Here's 75, maybe more. I don't know. I got a thing. I got to meet with someone else. I'm not telling you who. Don't worry about what I look like. Look at this picture. This fucking weirdo. This weirdo looks better than me. Just look at him. It's like,
I mean, I think we're all being
Ryan.
naive to actually believe he's asking for a haircut right now. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, with how vague it is, have you guys ever seen like the show like Nathan for You?
yeah.
Sure.
I graduated from one of Canada's business schools with really good grades. Like, I'm just saying,
No,
this
you're
does not
right.
seem like he's asking for a haircut. He's
You're
asking
right.
for everything out.
Oh man.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
doing-
out.
we're doing
I don't
sex
want any
stuff
part
now?
of this. Yeah, I don't
I
want
do.
any part of this.
Yeah, I'm
I
out.
sure
I'm
do.
out.
Because he's not asking for proof either. I could just show up with like, you know, like hedge trimmers, like the big ass ones, like Edward Scissorhands, like, I cut really good hair.
Yeah.
Proof.
That's a good point. And I'll be honest, Morgan, there's nobody else who's responding. So this person is for sure taking you up on it. Like, well,
It's
listen.
been 11 days. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
open.
that's true. That's been 11 days, which is like, if this person's referencing any Monday, like whether that's whenever you were referencing, it was for sure less than 11 days between the day you
Oh, yeah.
posted and the next Monday. So,
Absolutely. He was just on a hope and a prayer. Maybe he's like, I don't know how to make friends. This seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
all right. Well, so then 2 no's and a maybe. Okay. Post number 2. There's 0 pictures here. The title is music dash download to USB. And then, okay, there's a couple very important things about this. Number 1, the text says, download a list of music to a USB. Okay, seems dumb and weird. Why do you need that? And then compensation says, pays up to $400.
Jesus.
And then for some reason they added a job title, download music tech, which is like for sure that is the description of this job, but that is the post. That's it.
This has got to be a really lame dad, right? Or like,
Boomer for sure. That screams boomer.
I mean, but a boomer with just $400 in there.
That's what boomers have. Are you joking? They
Yeah,
profit
you're
off
right.
the entire economy and all the market. They're like, yeah, I got $400. Who knows how to use a fucking USB?
I have $400 and I really miss the Almond Brothers. Can you help me out?
I'm just gonna light on fire if you guys don't do something with it. Whatever. Like,
Oh man, I need so much Steve Miller Band on this USB. What blows my mind is like, I mean, mine is boomer. This feels illegal, right? But technically it is illegal, right? Because you're downloading music. But I mean, it feels like extra illegal, and I don't know how any music, right, it would be extra illegal. But the fact that they're paying $400, I mean, boomers, yeah, they've got the cash, but they're also notoriously cheap, you know, like they'll be like, oh, you know, like I've met some boomers who've been in my life that have complained about like $15 salads. And like, that's how much salads are, dude. Like that's how much salads are. I don't know what to tell you. You know, they go to Panera and they marvel at how much food you get for the price. So I'm just saying, they're like, it's so big. You know, I recently ran into a boomer who just found out they had flatbread, aka pizzas, at Panera. Mind fucking blown. So I'm not saying that this isn't real. I mean, the fact that they can't get, but it's just it's just a different. I believe either of these, that a boomer is willing to pay $400 for something they don't understand, or that a boomer doesn't know how to get music on a USB, but both at the same time feels like some kind of unholy union.
Yeah, I think when you get there, they're going to ask you to do something that you go, oh, you don't know what download to USB means.
Right.
You know,
that's it. Maybe that's
like,
it.
Like they're just like,
they've done this 90 times. They started at $10.
Yeah.
And every time the person just said, fuck you, I'm leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they're finally at $400. Like, I'm sure this will get them. That's a good point. They open a computer. It's like Windows 98, you know, if they have a computer.
There's like, yeah, you know, download to USB, and he's like handing you a portable CD player. You're like, what? He's like, download to USB. Come on. And you're like, what?
This is a Walkman, sir.
Yeah,
sir.
And it doesn't even have like the. You remember? I would guess, Morgan, you don't. But there was a time where CD players transitioned from, you couldn't, like, there was earlier versions of Walkmans like that my older brother had. They would skip. Like they didn't have skip protection, so you just had to hold them real careful while you walked.
Have one of those, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he's got one of those motherfuckers. Like you can't even actually play music unless it's sitting on a table, connected to some monster pair of headphones. You know, with the little twirlies.
I immediately think, like, again, I'm out on this one because I feel like this is an argument you're walking into when he gets so pissed, and he's just like, it's like, no, download to USB. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He's like, I'm giving you $400, but I'm like,
he just keeps repeating a sentence like, download to USB. How much more clear do I have to be? You're like, sir, this is your router. What do you want me to do with this?
Yeah, like, by the time you leave, you've got download to USB tattooed on some part of your body.
Right.
Or branded.
Calling the cops on me with his like rotary phone, you know? He's like, hang on. Once this ringer comes
4,
back, I'm gonna
2, 3.
These citizens arrest me.
He's got a neighborhood watch sign. I actually listen, I'm gonna say that I don't know about today, but I would strongly consider this. Only because I do this a lot. I'm not a tech guy, but I know just enough that like boomers that I've worked with.
Old guys.
Boy, I didn't know that I should be swindling. You know, I was just genuinely helping people. Like when the pandemic hit, I was the Zoom. Like I trained everybody in my fucking office on Zoom. Like just like they all called in the first day, just fucking like it was a regular conference call on their phones. So what I'm saying is, I used to work with this one motherfucker who I was telling him that we had a shared document on Google Drive. And he said on the phone to me after we worked in Google Drive for months, he said, okay, how do I get to Google Drive? And I was like, bruh, the question is so dumb. I don't know how to answer. I was like, can you Google Drive? Like, I don't know how to get to Google Drive because I just have a tab. I know where it is. Anyway, what I'm saying is I have encountered this stupid. If this person is sincere, I just made $400. So it's a maybe for me.
All right. Morgan.
Hard yes.
Okay.
What is the worst? All I can picture like in my head is it's one of two people. Either we've got like a 14-year-old that's like a SoundCloud rapper that's like, I'm going to make it because my mom said so. I don't know what the fuck a USB is because I'm 13.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or we got a dad who like, you know, him and his like neighborhood buddies, like just crush Miller Lights and have like a jam band out of the garage. And they think they're going to make it. They're like, oh, we got to send these in to everyone. Yeah. Either way, I'm not leaving without a story.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Right,
They're giving you USBs to put an envelope and like mail to Motown Records or whatever.
To Studio 54.
Just tell them to put this on the turntable. He'll know what to do. Yeah. Okay. So then, one no and some probablys, and
Nice.
maybe not entirely fuck this place. Heyo, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, did you know that you can text this podcast? The number is 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. We take your side, by the way. That's an automatic position. If you text us, we're on your side.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about your boss. You think I'm going to protect that guy? I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I got your back. We got your back here.
Absolutely. If we're this is like a weirdo, like sleazy lawyer commercial. I mean, we're on your side to a point,
I'm wearing a goofy suit right now.
I'm wearing a brown tie. Couldn't tell you why. If you need to talk shit about something, like we're your shit talking team. All you gotta do is text 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. We're on your side.
Morgan, what is the first job you ever had?
I worked at a chicken wing place.
Okay, chicken wing place.
Yeah. It was not. This is the funniest thing is that I played basketball in high school, and I was super good at it. I'm not even gonna lie, I was a baller when I was 16. So all of my friends had summer jobs, and for some reason I was like, oh, I want to play capitalism. I want a summer job. So in our town, I went and this new chicken wing spot opened up, and I was like, hello, one job, please. And he was like, all right, you look like I could exploit you for your labor. Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So I lasted 11 days.
Okay.
Yeah, it was awesome. And the reason I got fired was because I showed up. Well,
quit fire.
Fire me, I quit. Beat you to it. And again, remember, I'm a 16-year-old shit. Just every kid at 16 is a shit.
Yeah,
agreed.
I come in this super cute outfit. We didn't close until 9, but it was one of my friend's birthday parties, and I wanted to go. So I came in my full birthday party outfit, and he's like, hey, you can't wear open-toed shoes back here. And I was like, but it goes with the outfit. And I'm going to a birthday party after this. He's like, that's not how this works. And I was like, that's how it's going to work tonight. That's how it's going to work tonight. And he's like, have you ever heard of OSHA? And I was like, never met her. Sorry.
You're working at the deep fryer. Yeah.
I'm at the register, just pressing random buttons. I don't know how to use anything. And I didn't pay attention in training.
Yeah.
Then he's like, you need to go home and put new shoes on. And I was like now? And he's like, yeah, now. And I was like, okay. So I left, and I called my mom, and I was like, I got fired. I did not get fired, but I just didn't want to go back.
Yeah.
Oh, Morgan, at least what did you do? And I was like, it was defamation of character. I'm telling you right now.
This is slander.
This is slander, and I will not tolerate it.
So your 11-day role, you were at the front?
Oh yeah. Would you trust me around hot grease? When
Definitely not. But this person didn't seem like they have any read of character whatsoever.
Yeah, but the same person hired you. Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, well, sorry, Mom, I don't know how to say this. Turns out I'm not meant for the employee lifestyle. She's like, you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
You were like, Mom, have you ever heard of OSHA?
Yeah. Do you know her? Because I guess she's pretty cool around here.
Because she got me fired. All right.
Yeah.
She's on the way in right now, and she's pissed.
She didn't like my shoes, and she got me kicked out. What do you want? I don't know.
I'm wearing open-toed shoes at work. That's so fucking funny. And I could not figure out why that was an issue. I was like, what's the problem? And he's like, are you dumb? And I was like, no, I can hear just fine. That's deaf. Wait.
Either.
So maybe the answer is yes, I am dumb.
Was there any? I mean, I would guess the answer is no. But was there any kind of training? It seems like there's the shooting should have been let me reference the thing I've already told you. Instead of let me give you this information for the very first time.
I mean, there might have been. I can't guarantee I remember.
Okay.
Even paying attention.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember just kind of being like,
I mean, just
Why
I
do
would
my
think
friends
that,
boast about this? Like, why are they like talking up like, oh my God, I have my summer job. I make $7 an hour. I'm like, oh my God, that's so fucking awesome. Like, I want to do that.
so after that, did you did you get another job, or are you like, no, I think I'm good. Me and Osho, we clashed.
No, I didn't. That's the funniest part. No, because like I did it in the like beginning of summer, and so I played like a ton of basketball, and it became a thing where like when I would go to get another job, I was like, hey, I can't work these days, these weekends. I can literally only work like 4 hours, 2 days a week.
Right.
Like, how is that beneficial for me? I was like, I don't know. I thought like you were just handing out jobs.
Yeah.
My mom's like, hey, just focus on basketball. Just make sure you like get a scholarship so I don't regret not giving you a work ethic.
Yeah.
Like, I did though, thank God. I only went for a year and dropped out, but you know, it is what it is.
Nice.
But I did
it. You check the box, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You can't be too mad at
it. Okay. Well, and then your other friends who were, they kept their jobs. These are not basketball friends, I'm guessing. Like,
no, they were cheerleading friends. They were all like very like young and cool and hot and popular, and they're all like getting jobs like Abercrombie and like Victoria's Secret, which is like the hot girl job at the time. Absolutely. And then here I am for 11 days slinging chicken wings. I think that's comfortable.
Right.
I was like, damn it. Like, I did this wrong.
This is my caliber of place.
Yeah, this is more my speed, you guys. I'll get fired in 11 days. Don't worry.
Yeah. You're like getting in trouble for wearing open toe shoes at like grease fuckers down the street or whatever.
Right. That's not again.
Listen, a grease fuckers, this is an honorable establishment. We here grease fuckers do not stand for this. I think possibly also you did apply to the wrong place, you know, like the Abercrombie. I feel like they're more of a meat machine, you know, of like kids. So I feel like maybe that two day a week thing was possible at something like a fucking.
Well, I mean, they had that giant documentary that came out that said like they were only hiring like skinny, hot, like white kids.
Absolutely.
And the only thing I go in for me is white. They're like, oh, listen here, girl, that's a 30%. You're not passing. Nope. They're like, you can be security, I guess.
They're like, have you tried the wing place up the street?
Have you tried grease fuckers?
Oh, God. Oh man, grease fuckers.
Okay. All right, Morgan. So that was your first job ever. What would you say is the worst job you've ever had?
My brothers in Christ. This place gave me PTSD, but I still work there.
Oh,
it's so bad, but I can't leave it. You know, it's like
we're gonna dive deep into this.
It's my current bar job that I have, and
good. Okay. So, how did you arrive at this job? Like, what was the situation that got you into being at this job?
So,
how long have you been there before?
So this is my second time working here because I got fired the first time.
Okay, great. Yeah, we're gonna hear the whole thing. Carry on. Yeah. So how did you first walk in the door?
They know you there.
Oh, it's absolute nightmare, and that's why I love it. Because nightmare, when I tell people like, "Oh, I'm living the dream," nightmares can be dreams. You know,
that's the truth.
They take place same time. Yeah.
Well, the thing is like, so I was 20 years old. And I had just moved back from like Breckenridge, which is like a big ski town here in Colorado. Okay. I just moved back down to Denver, and I was 20, and I was like, I dropped out of college. I just lost a shitload of weight, just got giant fake cans. I need to be utilizing this somehow. My mom says I can't do prostitution. Next best is bartending. Sounds great, naturally. So I get on fucking Craigslist. You're like Craigslist jobs. I was like, shit, I wonder if they're hiring. What if job came up?
Oh, the home away from home.
Oh my God. And so they're like, yeah, hiring for a bartender on like the busiest street. Like, so the bar I work at is like it's in Lodo, which is like our like douchebag busy block of this town.
Douchebag busy.
High volume party bar. And so I was like, oh yeah, like I'll go there. So I go and I'm 20 years old, and I was like, oh my God, I'll figure out how to lie and say I'm 21. And I walk in, the guy that's interviewing me is the owner. He is 5'3". He's got on a fedora. He's got on like these baggy jeans and open-toed flip-flops, and he is like really thick. He's from Israel, so really thick accent. And he's like, "Are you Morgan?" Like screaming at me. And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And he goes, stand up. And so I like stand up, and he goes, "Okay, turn around. And I like do a 360, and he goes, "You'll do." I was like, I just made this entire fake resume about all my bartending experiences when literally I'm typing in YouTube like bartending 101. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And he's like, "You'll do." And I was like, these bad boys paid off. Here we go. Like,
that's an investment. Yeah.
We call that an ROI. So I like go in the next day to like train. And my manager is now one of my like closest friends. And she's like, "Whatever you don't know, I'll teach you." And I was like, "My sister in Christ, thank you so much." And it was just an absolute whirlwind, only to find out like the bar I currently work at was on bar rescue like 7 years prior to then. Because it was so bad. And they didn't change anything. Just, you know, like it was just like a publicity stunt to like, get on TV. They didn't change a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Everyone's like, "Oh my God, like, were you here during bar rescue?" And I was like,
I need rescuing right
my dad's
now.
ball sacks back then. No, like,
right.
But like the bar I work at used to have a hot tub inside, never got cleaned. Just think about that. And
my fucking God.
That's pretty fucking gross, man. That's pretty fucking gross.
The funniest part was like the hot tub was on the sand pits. They wanted to do like an indoor sand thing. So they put a hot tub on it. And it's like tilted as shit, just spilling over all this like nasty ass water.
And it's surrounded by sand?
Hell yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Well, don't worry. Our good friend OSHA came in and said, "Can't have that."
Yeah.
Fucking OSHA.
They've been following you around for some while
Honestly,
now.
what a whore. Like,
I got a bone to pick with OSHA.
That.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Well, all the warped flooring, we're going to keep it. Whatever." And so nothing's been changed.
They were like, we came in here for looking for open-toed shoes, but actually got a walking infection in the corner.
I think the staph infection pool is a little worse.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I'm guessing at this point, it's like, well, that's where the hot tub used to be. Like, it's very clear.
Yes, that's where everyone's like, "Wasn't there a hot?" I'm like,
like some
like
redneck
a chalk
backyard
outline of like when there's a dead body, you know?
Yeah.
People die outside our bar all the time too. I'm not playing.
What a bummer.
Like, not only is it just like a shitty, terrible bar, it's dangerous as fuck.
Okay.
I know.
So it's just like what, like fist fights or just like gunshot, like what? It just or all
people just like freeze to death.
All the above. Like
Okay.
because, like I said, it's like so it's 2 blocks away from like our baseball stadium.
Oh shit.
So like all of that, and it's where like so like 1 block down is where all this is the funny shit, clubs are. It's not clubs. It's Dirks Bentley Whiskey Row. What the fuck? Like, it's not a club. That's a franchise.
I've never heard of Dirk Bentley's Whiskey Row, but I fucking love it.
That's considered our club.
Yeah.
Dirks Bentley's Beers, Butt Sex, and NASCAR bar. Like, oh my God. Like, and so we're 2 doors down.
Wait, it's butts sex or it's butt sex in NASCAR?
It's hyphenated. It can be either way.
Okay. Got it.
We're still working on branding shirts. Like, but like our block is just like the terrible block. It's like just where shit goes awry. Like every time, like on Sunday mornings when you turn on the news, you're like, another shooting on Larimer has happened. Like,
yeah.
And instead of like doing anything about the shootings, the funniest thing is like last week they banned food trucks. They're like, that'll stop the crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an absolute nightmare. They're like, people keep dying on the street. Must be the taco trucks.
Right,
I got shot in the fucking chest and I can't even get a chicken taco, dude.
Like, in this economy, not again.
I'm looking for a fucking hot dog, you know?
Just 1 hot dog.
I need a churro.
They've like, the block is so bad and that bar sucks so bad. But like for some reason, they will just never get shut down. They stayed open during COVID. They didn't shut down.
Just fully open. Yeah.
And like the city was like, you're going to have to pay us like $500,000. You're like, okay, we're one of the only bars open. We're making money. Sure.
Yeah. We'll
like,
pay the fee.
Shit.
We are definitely the worst people you've ever met.
Oh my God. And like every time I tell someone, I'm like, oh yeah, like this is the bar I work at. They're like, why?
Jesus, fuck. Yeah.
Like, they're like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm fucking fine now. Like, I'll take it with my therapist later.
Okay.
So let's Go ahead, Chase.
No, you're.
I was
you're
gonna say,
going the
so
same way I was going.
let's get to that. Like, why are you still there? What
No,
is-
well, I want to talk about phase 1 and phase 2 for a sec. We are definitely going to get to why the fuck you're still there. But there's clearly like, this is like a Lord of the Rings book where there's like there's like a prelude and then there's where we are now. So like, what was the first like, what was the first like chunk? And then you either left or got fired. Is that what it was?
Yeah. So he's like,
you learned the ropes. Like you learned to bartend.
Oh yeah. Like I learned it, and
like a motherfucker, I would guess.
No, I'm still dog shit at my job. I just for some reason won't get fired. I don't know why.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Honest people.
That's not what this podcast is about. We're not a bunch of fucking liars. That's for goddamn.
Listen.
Yeah.
That's we'll on this being like, yeah, this place sucks so bad, but I also kind of suck at my job, so it feels like an even trade.
Okay, so how long are you there for the first chapter?
For the first volume 1, I was there for 7 months.
Okay,
but he was like notorious for just walking in one day and deciding, fuck all you guys, everyone that works here is fired.
Okay,
like he was known for this. So I knew eventually this was gonna come. Like everybody warned me. They're like, hey, like even like our manager, she's like really close friends with the family. So she was one that told me straight up, she's like, hey, he's gonna walk in here one day, fire everyone. It's like every 6 months roughly. So just like be prepared for that. Like make sure you have a savings because he'll do it. And I was
every now and then we get firebombed.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking wear a jacket.
Trenches taking grenades. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. So right around that 6 month time, I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm like, I know it's coming. And then 2 days before Thanksgiving, done. I was like,
oh wow.
Oh, well,
why would he not do it after? Because I feel like the day before Thanksgiving is such a big bar day. I guess every day is a big bar day here.
I couldn't tell you what the reasoning was, but I was like, well, at least I kind of knew it was coming. Like I didn't do anything wrong. I just my time has come. Like okay.
How does
you just bowed real low and then walked out? Yeah.
Good.
How does he do it when he walks in? It's just like a blanket of like fired, or does it just like one like
or does everyone get the fuck out of my bar?
Looking the lights
literally just
real fast.
So I wasn't working that day, so I just got the text.
Everyone's fired.
Yeah, really. They're like, I got a text from like my coworkers being like, hey, just so you know, I just got fired. They just got fired. And I was like, oh, okay. And so just like holding my phone, I was like, there it is. And like the text, I was like, thank you for all you've done. I was like,
oh, so he just texted everybody.
Thank you for all you done.
Yeah. No, his English is so bad. Like so bad.
But also
so,
it sounds like the way he's
done.
So bad. Yeah.
I know. I was like, oh, okay. Well, there it is. Like,
yeah.
Well, 2 days before Thanksgiving, that fucking sucks. But hey, I at least got a summer working, whatever.
Right. Thanksgiving opened up too, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice to have Turkey Day off. I
was like, oh great, yeah. I was wondering if I get the day off.
Hang with the fam, eat some extra gravy.
How long between stints?
Yeah. How long were you in the darkness before you come back to this?
And what were you doing in that like spread?
Well, COVID fucked a lot of things up. So like there was a good year that like no one was working. Bars weren't open here.
Yeah.
And then I worked at like some really like fun bars here in Denver. Like I went to places that were like not shitty.
Okay.
Like really fun bars.
Just try it out. Try it out. See what's not shitty.
Like competent staff.
I know. I made like it was awesome. I made like great friends. They were really fun, but the hours were just fucking grueling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would get there at 3 in the afternoon to start setting up, and because every night we had to deep clean the bars, we wouldn't leave until like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Jesus.
So like even if you're only doing
3 to 5.
Yeah,
that's
like,
insane.
That was way too much. So then I was like, I like texted my boss and I was like, I love you. I love this place. I love my coworkers, but like these hours, I can't be getting in at 3 and watch the sun come up as I'm leaving. Like, this ain't it. And he's like, no, I get it. Like, bye.
Yeah.
But like,
I will change nothing.
So well that everyone just stayed. But I was like, fuck no.
I mean, surely there's other bars that don't do that, right?
Yeah, but the problem was like I just loved the people. Like all of my best friends worked there, so it was like, like I'll put up with it as long as I can.
What do you think? What do you think the rationale behind that was? Like, why not hire a second crew to come on at like 10 p.m. or whatever? Like, what was the reason behind that? You think?
You're gonna love this. So I found out later. that his whole thing. So we only have 3 rules, and he made it like very clear when we work, like when we start there, you only have 3 rules you have to follow. Don't steal, obviously. Don't no call, no show. Like make sure you tell somebody if you can't come in.
Okay.
And you're allowed to drink as much as you want on shift, but you can't be too drunk to close. Those are the only 3 ways you can get fired. Like, okay, like I can follow that employee handbook. Sounds great. But the thing that like came with that is he was like, because I'm letting you guys like give away free shots to like your friends, because he wanted to like have people come in and like love it there. Because you can always tell like if a bartender hates their job, you kind of like feel a little weird. But you can always tell like when they love it. So it was one of those things where he's like, I'm gonna let you guys like have all the freedom in the world. Like I'm gonna give you as much rope as you want, just don't hang yourselves. But his whole thing was like, if I'm gonna give you this much freedom, you got to do something in return for me, which is where I don't want to have to do a day crew and a night crew, and I don't want to have a cleaning crew. So every night we had to deep clean the bar. Like I'm talking like we had to sleep every night. We had to get on like those little like Zamboni things where it like steals the floor. Like,
jeez, like at
now
hockey games.
listen. I think that this person's approach is actually rather smart. However, I guess what he's equating is like, okay, these people are drinking so much and giving away so many drinks that I'm losing money, and so they're gonna close, and I'll save money, like labor money on that. But you could also just like tweak that a little bit and not have it to be just like the hardest job you've ever had in your life. Like you could just have a cleaning crew, and then people who are close still have to do a fair amount of cleaning. They just don't have to do the fucking deep clean, and still have most of the same policies. Maybe like you can drink as much and your friends get a certain amount, instead of unlimited.
He said no.
Like it just seems like, again, like there's some faders this person can play with, but he just like turns it all the way up and then turns this one all the way down. It's like, oh, I hope it works.
And he does. That's a wild thing. He owns like 3 of like the biggest bars in Denver. Yeah. And like all of his employees love it. He did a great job. But like, I just got to the point where like I worked 4 days a week.
I was going to say how many days a week? Yeah. 4 days a week.
And I also was just like, I had no problem covering for people because like a lot of my coworkers were like in their 30s, and at the time I was like 24, 25. It's like, I don't have a husband. I don't have kids. I don't have like things I need to go home.
I just got fucking elbow grease just ready to go.
Exactly. Yeah. So like,
I just got a deep desire to retile the bathroom floor every
while
night.
shit faced.
I was like absolutely shit house, just trying to clean things like one eye. Like, holy shit. Like, this is the best job ever. Like,
yeah. The other thing is that like, there's no way, like, of course you can't be so wasted that you can't like lift a broom, right? There's no way that it's like, I'm sure you have, but what I'm saying is like when the cleaning job gets done, there's no way it's any better than like, let's say 70% of the best you've ever seen.
I mean, I wouldn't even know because I'll just shit house. I mean, like, I think this looks pretty good.
There is a lot of bleach in here. I will tell you.
Literally, and like, but we had like a checklist. This thing was 3 pages long of everything that had to be done. So it sucked when you do it on like weekdays because there's only 2 of you. So now 2 of you have to do like the cleaning sheet. Versus on weekends, it gets like more dirty.
Yeah, it just seems like there would be a rotation here of the deep clean, right? The clean everything, right? So the deep clean is like under the coolers, under these coolers just one time, deep clean bathroom is another time, every fucking night.
It was the cleanest bar I've ever been in. Like even to date, it's the cleanest bar I've ever been in. But granted, it's the nice bar I've ever worked at because I love dive bars. I just keep going back to dive bars.
Okay, so you left and then you were like, and then you just like started rolling down the hill and somehow ended up back at the dive bar you're at now.
So the whole thing was like, the bar I currently work at, it's the best money I've ever made at any bar I've ever worked at. And I've worked at a shit load of bars. And it's hands down the best money. Like, okay. So it was one of those things where it was like, okay, right now I'm working 4 or 5 days a week. But when I worked over there, I could work legitimately 3 6-hour shifts and make the same amount of money.
Got it.
Wow.
And so it was one of those things
where it's just so fucking crazy in there. Like so busy. Yeah.
Also, like, it's one of those things where, I mean, I don't even know how to word it. it's the location's so good and the drinks are so cheap.
Yeah.
Everybody goes there. So it
Yeah.
truly is like a quantity over quality bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and also you're only
Wait,
like,
but is that little Israeli guy still yelling at everybody all the time?
I don't even see him anymore. Like
Mm.
he literally just comes in the morning and he made his son the manager,
Okay.
which is so funny because like,
I hope his son is like 16.
oh no, it's way worse.
Oh shit.
Like, he's like 33 and
Mm.
like he's arguably the only person worse than me at his job.
Mm,
Okay.
But he is like, he just will not reprimand like anybody. So like you can do whatever you want. Like
Okay, that's bad. Yeah.
he's so afraid of talking to girls, like terrified that like he just won't do it. He'll be like, hey, can you not do that again? We're like, shut the fuck up. He's like, I'm so sorry, I'll go in the back. Like,
Oh my God.
it's
so he's a
awesome.
16-year-old.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
What-
uses, he's like, I'm the manager here, like talk to girls, and they're like, great, can I get a free vodka soda? Like
He's like, okay, yes, please, yes.
anything for my queen. Like
Just don't fucking hit me. Yeah.
it's batshit insane. But like the reason I went back was because it was like, all right, I can work 3 days for 6 hours, make the same amount of money. I can actually like start to use this money to like
Yeah, the math works
actually
out.
pursue a career.
Uh-huh.
Bartending's not long term.
Uh-huh.
So it just, I've been back 6 months and like I will
Okay.
not, I made it very clear, do not ask me to work a day shift, not doing it. We have girls that like, they only work day shifts because they don't know how to bartend, so they can't work the nights, which is fantastic.
Uh-huh.
And also don't ask me to work a weekend. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
No, I value my
Uh-huh.
safety too much.
Right.
So I'm on the slow nights and I love it.
The slow
Man,
nights.
and you still clean it
Where
up
you-
like that, even on the slow nights. Like that's how good the money is.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm telling you, I am convinced this guy's money laundering somehow.
Okay.
Okay.
And I've been there 6 months. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna get fired soon. So
Yeah,
like
definitely.
I can be a
We're on
little
the
honest.
precipice
But,
right now.
okay, I have never once in the entire time I've worked there, never once signed a W-2 or a W-4, whatever the one is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever.
Yeah. I worked at a
But-
dive bar like that once.
The other day I went into like the office to like, you know, like get money out, and they're writing checks to me for $0.00.
Yeah, there's
So I
definitely some
asked
shit
my-
going on.
Right. So I called and I was like, hey, my man, how are you writing me checks that are $0.00? Which first off, that's mad illegal. Like I was fine with like the illegality of it because you know it's like I'm walking my money every night. I don't give a
Uh-huh.
shit.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll be quiet about that.
Yeah.
But how are you writing me checks saying like I have paid time off and I've never given you my social security number?
Yeah.
He screams at me and he's like, don't go through my things again. I was like, it was
Stay out of my room. Mhm.
right, exactly. Stay in my room. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna like
Or I'll tell mom.
I know. I like took a picture of it. I was like, if I have to like go to the
If I
IRS,
have to testify to Congress.
Yeah.
exactly. I was like, I'm taking a picture of this. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I
Mm.
like called my manager and I was like, she's one of my good girlfriends, right? And I was like, how is this like legal? And she goes, oh, it's not. And I was like,
Right.
Yeah. That's simple answer.
I was like, well, at least she didn't lie to me. I was like,
Mhm.
no, like I know it's not. That was rhetorical. Like, what the fuck is going on? She goes, if you want to keep your job, you should probably just shut the fuck up and act like you don't know anything. I was like, well, here's my answer. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up
But
again.
what's wild is that 100% will not let you keep your job once he does his firing sweep again. You know?
I know. That's what I was like. All right. Well, I
And
guess
it's also
we're, like,
not a job. You know, in no way on any piece of paper says that you have this job.
exactly like he barely knows my name. He calls me Megan all the
Mm.
time. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's a
Like,
world class.
the
just
best.
like
Again,
fucking
fuck this
neglect.
place. I get why you guys call it this show now. We got a bouncer who's selling puppies out of the back of his car.
Right.
I'm illegally working. Like, we have a
Yeah.
thing called shoe shots. We found this. Like, this is disgusting, and I'm so sorry, but I don't care enough to not do it.
Okay, no, I'm
So
fine. Let's keep
my
going.
manager, she's batshit insane. Love her, like I said.
Mhm.
Her and I just drunk as fuck one night. We went out the back door, which is like into an alleyway, of course.
Mhm.
And we're just trying to get some air because it was so hot in there. And we found like this comically large, like red high heel pump.
Mhm.
And
Like a
it was
lady
like-
clown shoe.
yeah, literally, it was like a size 14 men's,
Mm,
like
mm.
red pump.
Mm.
And her and I were just like, holy shit, like, why is there only one? We're going through trash now to see if there's a second pair. Like,
Uh-huh. There's a dead giant somewhere. Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck did this come from?
Mhm.
And so
Meanwhile, the bar on the inside is like collapsing from the weight of people.
Yeah.
try to order drinks.
There's a sinkhole in it.
Yeah.
People are drowning in that weird jacuzzi.
Oh, exactly. It's fine, whatever. And so we're just like having the time, literally we're the time of our life trying to figure this like backstory out. And she's like, what if we sold shots out of this? And I was like, we are hustlers.
Yeah.
Right. What if we did?
Uh-huh.
And so we worked together the next night and we had the shoe. And
Thank
we
God.
said, shoe shots, $100. Because we're like, well, you know, like, why not? We're hammered, we're stupid. And we sold like 15 of them bitches.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. I think it was just like the novelty of it. Like,
it might loop back to that feet fetish we were talking about.
Oh yeah, exactly. You're like, where's this bar again?
You know what I mean? Like, oh hell,
like that's crazy.
Let me get that toe juice.
I never go there. What's it called? Like
disgusting, vile. What is the GPS coordinates?
Yeah.
So how does it work? So you guys like just
pour down the shoe? Just carve out a lane in the shoe?
I mean, we felt bad after like the 5th one they did, so we did one with them.
Dude, tell me you guys clean the shoe at least.
No, that's what I was getting at though. We didn't think to. I mean, we did later, obviously, but like
sure.
That first night, we sure did not. We did not.
Right.
And then we took it, like we just kept going further and further. So now we do baby bird shots. We will spit a shot in your mouth. No problem. Again, everything about this bar is absolutely illegal. My girl Osha is gonna pull up any day now and be like, "The fuck are you doing?"
I don't know. I don't know that she can handle you guys at this point. You might have gotten too strong.
Yeah, it's kind of like
it's
there's like dark magic protecting.
Yeah, dude, it's like, you know, when you find out like the government works with the cartel a little bit because they're too strong. You know, that's how OSHA is with you guys.
Yeah, because if they get rid of you,
land without law.
There's a power vacuum. You know, they're like, well, listen, we understand this chaos. You know,
we have a chalkboard hanging saying like, we will spit shots in your mouth. We'll let you do it out of a shoe. We have a squirt gun we bedazzled that says pussy juice on it. We fill with tequila. We shoot in your mouth. Like, this bar is absolutely disgusting. How it's still open. And the fact that we just have it on a chalkboard where it's not a big deal. Like to us, we're like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah, it's
like,
got like one of those cute flowers on it. It's like really good art.
Shot, yeah.
It's actually my dog shit handwriting, be like, pussy. Like
that'll bring them in.
Exactly. Sounds good to me. Which is, and then like I have the audacity to be like, I wonder why people want to come in this bar. It's like, yeah, there's 2 hot bartenders with giant tits spitting shots in people's mouths.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, we make great money there.
Yeah.
No shit. Like,
yeah, there's a legend of a dead giant, and you just have a shoe. It's like proof, you know.
We don't know. Like,
there's only
I
dark
can't leave it
wizards
because where else on God's green earth am I going to not get in trouble for being this feral?
Right.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
100%. Now this bar feels like, you know, like you ever seen one of those videos where like someone explains a black hole in space, where it's like they have like a sheet of paper.
Oh yeah, and they like roll the ball
and it goes down, and essentially like everything has to go towards it because like the thing that we're missing is that like the sheet. That's what this bar is. It's like, it's just sort of like this like black hole. It's like if you're like in any way nefarious as a person, you're just like, oh shit, like I'm coming around. Like, you know, like you're like, I'm gonna get a pussy juice, you know, like squirt gun shot. Like that's what I'm gonna do.
Like and that's the wildest shit. That's like why this whole thing on like TikTok became a thing, was because I was like, I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want to get in trouble. Like I just started telling the stories about the things that like keep happening.
Yeah.
And they were like, there's no way a bar is this crazy. I'm like, I'm the instigator. The reason it sucks and it's so insane is because I keep doing this.
It's
like
my idea.
That's my chalkboard. That's my chalkboard.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what?
It's my giant shoe.
Like, so aggressive with it, but I love it, and I just keep. They just keep letting me do the most insane shit. We've taken a shot out of somebody's prosthetic leg before.
Right.
Nice. You got to though. If there's a prosthetic leg there, you're gonna not.
That's a real Lieutenant Dan move, you know.
That's my point. It's also the other thing that just is fucked is the older I get, the more I keep thinking like, if someone ever decides to procreate with me, which is a big ask, and if they have kids, I am gonna have so many cool stories to tell my grandchildren. Be like, yeah,
not the kids.
Exactly. No, not the kids. They're not going to find that funny at all. They're going to be like, oh my God. Grandma's going to be like, Grandma's so tight. They'll be like, you think World War II stories are cool? Let me tell you about this shitty bar I worked at in my 20s.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the bouncer that sold puppies.
Literally. He literally the other day had a fucking gun, and I don't like guns personally. Like, I don't want to, I get why he has to have one.
Sure.
Well, he's all fucking drunk. He's got it in the bar. I like sit down. And I was like, what the hell is that? And I looked back and it's his gun. And I was like, oh, okay. So I like just moved my stuff like a few like seats down to like count money. And he's like, oh, what? You're scared of a fucking gun? And I was like, yeah, that's a very like, yes.
Seems like the most reasonable fear of all time.
What's the right answer? Yes.
Yeah.
And homeboy straight up points at me, goes, it's not loaded. And I like smack his hand down. I was like, you have to treat every gun like it's a loaded gun, like freaking out on him.
Yeah, dude, that is also basic gun safety.
I know. And I was like, you're drunk as fuck in a bar, clocked in with a gun. Like, but he's also unloaded his gun in the wall before on accident. Like with people in the bar, just shot a hole. And he's like, oh, I didn't know it was loaded. I'm like, oh, holy shit.
Wow.
Living in America, baby.
Yeah. I found the only guy shadier than your boss, I think, is this guy.
I know. And like, it's the most insane shit. And like, I just don't understand why this keeps happening. We've had barbacks that like have come up to us and been like, hey, and his eyes just are huge. And we're like, yeah, what's up, man? Can you like grab us some more like, Coors Lights or whatever? And he's like, I'm high as fuck on meth. I'm like, cool.
I need you to follow.
Can you get those Coors Lights? Or
yeah.
Awesome. And he's like, do you want some meth? And I was like, as tempting as that sounds, my man, gonna not do that.
I just need you to get some more Coors Lights.
I just need the Coors Lights.
Unless you have
so much Coors Light by
like
now.
unless you have some sort of like a meth pipe shot idea, I can run at the top.
Exactly.
I don't think what's gonna.
Can you
work.
find me a meth pipe out the back that I can sell a shot out of? Like, and he's like, all right, well, more for me. Like,
yeah.
Why are you telling me this? Like, why are you telling me you're high on meth right now?
Yeah. I mean, I think probably because he looked around and was like, I think these guys probably don't care.
You can read the room pretty well. He's like, your chalkboard says pussy juice.
Yeah.
Right. And like, whether you're going to take him up on it or not, like the answer is like, you're still cool to keep doing what you got to keep doing.
Oh, 100%. Listen, I still need a bar back. I'm not going to call him back. Like, he's high on meth. And be like, all right, so back to the Coors Lights, my man.
Let's get them. I assume you can pick up a lot because we've been talking for a long time now.
Exactly.
It was 2 cases before. I need 6. So go get at it. Wow.
And I want them all labels facing the front. Can you do that for me? Like in the task.
He just need to zero in on something.
Can you actually alphabetize them? Like,
let me ask
C or L.
Morgan, let me ask you, do you guys have like, I know you guys are just kind of like a happening bar, so you got a lot of foot traffic, but do you have also regulars who are comfortable in this atmosphere?
Yeah.
And like what is that like?
People?
They're normal guys. That's the weirdest shit. Right. Like, they're like, we have this one guy named John, which again, I'm not worried about saying his name. There's a million fucking
Absolutely
Johns.
not.
He
Shout
is
out to
like
John.
Normal guy, comes in like, and he just wants to like watch sports. He like likes a sports bet, and he'll just like drink his like Budweiser, and like 3 people down, someone's just like pissing their pants, and he's just like, oh, you might want to get someone on that, and just like back to TV of like, our regulars are so normal. Like,
right. Was it John and Tom or something? Why is he so chill?
I don't know. Maybe he's doing meth out back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, but they're so nice and like so kind. They'll like bring us soup. We've got one guy that just like is a soup connoisseur, and he'll be like, "Oh, you guys soup." Like, they're normal guys, and then just everything around it is like 21-year-old douchebags that are just feral,
getting fucking crazy. Right. Yeah, like they're doing shots from through a fucking shoe, and he just like brought soup and is ladling it with a shoe.
Good luck to him. Like,
it's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. We're shoe guys.
Fine. But it's just they're all good guys.
So they're pretty casual. Do they ever assist you with any of the? Because I've been to some bars where like there are some regulars that they don't like work there, but if it's like shit gets really crazy, like they're a part of the like you must leave gang.
Fuck no. I'm not trying to get shot. They're like, you got this girl. I'm like, no, but I'm hoping the guy selling puppies can figure out what's happening.
Right.
He starts throwing little like wiener.
Well, that's the thing is it's a big ass bar. Like, it's not a small bar. It's big. We have like I think 14 pool tables in there.
Oh man,
I was not picturing
a huge bar.
I was picturing a tiny bar.
Like, we have like I think 20 people at the bar top and like 14 like pool tables. We've got like
so you're running like a prison yard. Like, you can't surveil this thing.
Oh no, there's one security guard sitting at the front.
So like basically everybody just comes in and they're like, I can do whatever I want in here.
Right.
Yes. And like, so we have like the like public
tank of shoe shots.
Yes, but yeah, exactly. We have like the bathrooms that are like where there's like stalls, like 4 stalls. But then we have like the employee bathrooms, which is a fucking joke, in this corner where it's like the single like lock bathrooms.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're just watching like homeboys stand out there just selling drugs.
Yes.
And I'll come up and be like, hey, you got to go, man. They're like, no. I'm like, well, I tried. Like,
yeah, right.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Well, by the way, do you have any meth? Because my fucking barback is out.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't know how to say this, man, but like this bar sucks.
And
so
for some
bad.
reason, he couldn't alphabetize the Coors Light, even though.
Yeah, exactly. I
all
did
the
my
same letter.
best. Do you got anything that'll help him? Can you spike him with an Adderall? Because right now he's doing
Anything.
diet math, I guess. Like,
Wow. So yeah, so that's huge.
oh, it's math, and like it's so funny because like if anybody from Denver like listens to this, they will know exactly which place I'm talking about. I don't want to say it because
Yeah, fine.
we're getting in
Yeah.
trouble.
Allegedly, this is where you work.
Well, exactly. These are all folklore, even though you're going to see it every Sunday,
This is
Monday, and Tuesday
definitely
night.
folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm into this. I'm into
Folklore
this
of the
store.
black hole
I'm into this
bar.
bar. Yeah.
It's absolutely batshit. And especially when I said like bar rescue, if you guys Google it, you like can understand like Denver bar rescue bar.
Yeah.
There's only one. There's
Yeah.
only one.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking bad, but it's so good because it's so bad. Like all of our drinks are $5. Like
Wow.
$5 drinks. Like how can you
Just
go
drink.
wrong? Our beers
lowercase
are
d drink.
$3.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
That's why people go. They're
Yeah,
like,
$3
well, I
beer.
have $25 and I'm gonna get absolutely shit house here.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
I'm looking. I did just Google it on the side real quick, and this definitely does seem like a place you could get your head cracked open pretty bad.
yeah,
You know?
isn't it lovely?
Yeah. Like, whoa. There's a lot of places there to fall down and then be trampled to death or whatever's happening,
It's
And then
so-
they keep your skull and they're doing drinks out of that. You
yeah,
know?
could you imagine skull shots? Who
Yeah.
wants to get skull fucked? Like,
Yeah. That's 100% what
Right?
It would be called skull fucked.
They would call it getting skull fucked.
I know. I got so my like one of my friends is coming in from Tulsa tonight,
Uh-huh.
and she used to work with me. And I was like, "Hey, do you want to work with me tonight?" And she's like, "Can I handle it?" And I was like, "You're a mom of 2. Come on, for old time's sake."
Right.
So tonight,
What
I'm
if you were a
just-
mom of 45 tonight? You know?
Exactly. We're gonna be everyone's mommy tonight. Like, so she's like, "All right, what should I wear?" And I was like, "You are not new to this. Don't play me.
Yeah.
You may be a mom, but you know what we do here."
You know, Kevlar vest, right? Fucking
Mm.
helmet. You know, you bring your own baton, boots,
Yeah.
right?
I was like, "I'm bringing the shoe back." And she's like,
Mhm.
"Oh no, that Morgan, that's disgusting. I have kids now, and like monkeypox and all that." And I was like, "Yeah, it's terrifying, but also you know what you're getting into the minute you walk in this door."
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a no man's land, sort of.
What is the size of the shot for the shoe? Like you said, $100 shot,
Or
right?
you just pour it down the shoe, is my guess.
But I'm saying, is it like a just typical regular shot, or is it more? Because it's got to travel like through a giant shoe. So it's like, is it a double? What you know?
To be honest, couldn't tell you.
Okay.
When
I would guess
decided to
I would guess
stop.
you're just pouring it directly down the shoe.
Oh, I pour it in like the bottom part of the shoe, and then I'll just like grab their head and just dump it in their mouth.
Mhm. Uh-huh.
I
And
don't
then
know.
6 weeks later, they're dead. Got it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't understand how they got a mouth fungal infection, but whatever.
They're dead 6
It's
weeks
neither
later.
here nor there.
They're dead 6 weeks later unless they find someone else to do the shot. You know,
Right,
and then,
right. Pass
and then
the
it
curse
passes on to
along.
them. Yeah.
Mhm,
It's the
mhm,
it
mhm.
follows.
Yeah.
That's what we keep talking about is like all the
Shoe
things
shots.
that keep happening at that bar. It's like, it keeps getting more and more because I'm like, why do they keep letting us do this?
Uh-huh.
Like,
Because they're making so much money.
yeah, like I made up a shot called the Colorado mudslide, made it up one night, and it's gin and Bailey's warm in like a rocks glass.
Mm.
And I'll just give it to bachelor parties. I'm like, hey, these are on me. They're like, what is that? I was like, it's a Colorado mudslide. It's their signature drink.
Yeah,
No,
come on,
not.
stupid.
This is
Come
the
on,
state
idiot.
drink of Colorado.
Dumb. Like,
Yeah.
and
Never heard
they'll
of
be like,
Colorado mudslide?
cheers. What'd you say?
So you never heard of the Colorado mudslide?
Yeah, but you're new to this, not true to this. I can tell. Like,
Oh,
Weed is legal here. Just listen to me.
yeah, grow up. But I put it in a rocks glass, no ice. It's just warm as shit.
yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, you got to take it like a mind eraser, like with the straws.
Uh,
And
They're
I'm
like, what's mind eraser? You're like, you never heard of a Denver dick ride? Come on, man. Come on.
never heard of a grease fucker?
Yeah.
Like, and so I like make like all these bachelor parties do it. And I'm like, oh, and if you throw up, you owe me $100. And that's not a rule. None of this is a rule, but they just will let me do these things. You're like,
they're just like, what? They're like, yeah, it's part of the you puke, you pay. All right, come on. We don't need our phrases around.
Yeah, it's like a BOGO, but way worse.
It's like you're welcoming people to fucking Oz. You know,
but nobody says no. That's the wildest part.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever been like, I'm not taking this.
Yeah, but Morgan, I would say that like, yeah, I mean, you're right. This is insane, but I do think that there is a specific type of and a specific phase of a person's life where all they want is this. They want to walk into a place and be like, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And some of these people, they do some crazy shit for, 3, 5, let's hope it's under 10 years, and they just fucking move on. And other people, they just, they die 6 weeks later. But like, there was a time in my life where I loved making rules while drinking, just loved it. We would go to theme parties and everybody was like, we don't want Chase and his friends to come to theme parties because they take it too fucking seriously and they're kind of a drag, and I just think that there's like people that there's a time and a place for it. And apparently it's all at this one black hole bar.
Yeah.
Well, and again, it's a novelty at this point. If you go in there, you're like, I'm going to leave with a story.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like a house of tricks or whatever. So, okay. So now looping a million times back of like, okay, so we've been talking about the worst job you've ever had.
And I won't leave it.
And you won't leave it. So, and I think we have some clues as to why you stay. I mean, the money, number one, the time, number two, and also, there is some joy. It's like,
you're also immune to every disease on the planet for having been there now.
Yeah, exactly. They should be pulling blood from me.
Like you get cut, you're like Wolverine. It just like instantly heals over,
Gross.
That's all those mudslides. All of those mudslides.
Oh yeah, it's the color of mudslides, baby.
It's like, yeah. So, but also we all know in this trilogy of people here that you are currently embarking on an unfucking your life odyssey. So what led you to that like decision of like, okay, in one way or another, I'd like to change my life.
Yeah. New rule. Yeah. I don't want to die next week.
So the whole thing about like unfucking my life was like, if you talk to any bartender that's been doing this for like an extended amount of time, this is not the end goal. 9 times out of 10.
Sure.
No.
And even if it is, it's not a good one. Like, it's a bad end goal. Unfortunately,
it just becomes like this, like dog chasing its tail, where you get like addicted to the quick money.
Yeah,
you walk with it every night. If you just need quick money, you pick up a shift. Like, it's not sustainable. And then you find yourself drinking like every night you work. Yeah, and the nights you aren't working, you go out with your friends and drink. So next thing you know, like you have functioning alcoholism.
Yes.
So
you're checking every box. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. So like you're not making yourself a better person, like at all. You're actually getting actively worse. Definitely. I did like basically stock on my life. Like I want to say 2-3 weeks ago, and I was like, is this what I want for my life? Like, and I'm pretty young. I'm 26. Like I have a lot of friends that are in their 30s bartending. I don't want this long term. This was never supposed to be long term. So I was like, all right, here's what I know I want to do. I know I want to do stand-up comedy. I know that for a fact. I know that because I've been drinking the way I've been drinking for so long, I put on about 25 pounds. I know I need to get rid of that. And also I am drinking like way more than, first off, the average person should, but also like I built my tolerance up so much that like it takes like 6 shots for me to feel like,
like shoe shots. Yeah.
Exactly. Those are triples, baby. Like, and so I just became this thing where I like looked around and I was like, all right, this is not the end goal. And without having like, I don't think you can ever get anywhere in life without having like a roadmap of how to get there.
Sure.
So I put up this thing being like, no, these are what I need to do to like get out of this. So doing sober August with some of my other bartending friends. So like we haven't drank in 7 days. Like that's some big fucking feat.
Hey, it's something, man.
If you're drinking for 7 days, 7 days a week, you just cut down by 100%.
Yeah, you're main-living Popov vodka like a week ago. It's pretty good, man.
But like some of the friends I've been doing this with, like, they went through like this whole week. They've been going through like real withdrawal symptoms, like the shakes, and like I was like, oh fuck, like am I gonna kill my friends?
Yeah.
They're like, how are you not like more fucked up? I was like, do you see where I worked? I've built up immunity to anything. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
And so we're doing that. And then also just like trying to get like a workout regimen going, lose 25 pounds, and then do stand up just because like that's how I know I'm going to get out of bartending.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
just making a plan out, because I do not want to be here. Honestly, I would love even if I stopped today. Like if I got fired, I'm not joking. If I got fired today, which I know won't happen,
I mean,
like I would never do it again. I would be like, I have to like sink or swim, figure out how to not go back to this, because it does ultimately kill you.
Yeah,
this lifestyle
you're right.
like will kill you.
I mean, but it seems like, yeah, no, you're right that the kind of like gilded cage of bartending is, like the quick money and the short work hours. I mean, relatively short compared to like a 5 days a week, like 9 to 5 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But you've already experienced. It seems like if they say bye-bye to you, if you get that text during this podcast,
Come on.
you've got some options where like you could bartend anywhere else, somewhere better, and transition even just like into waiting table. Not that waiting tables is very pleasant. I fucking hate it, but like you could do that. There's a lot of things on the way to the, for instance, stand up being the only out is the only the only.
It's not,
I would like to point out.
It's one of those things where it's just a fun job, and I've been doing it for a while, and it's easy money. Yeah. But like this is not what I want to be doing.
Well, and it's and like the stories and the chaos is super fun until it's not.
And it's not been like it has been funny because like looking back, like retro back, it's so funny. But in the moment, it's just like fuck this again. Like you can only watch someone throw open a glass and pee themselves so many times before it's like not a fucking again. Like I gotta clean this now. Like
400 times.
Not again, damn it. It's like
damn.
So, but I'm grateful that I have a job. I'm so grateful. Like this is my life that like I get to just be a feral, unhinged rat. Get paid to do it.
Yeah,
it's
also partially the dream.
It always runs its course, and I've hit mine.
Yeah. Well, we always ask like 3 questions to close the podcast. Number 1, we don't have an answer for it, but I think we sort of circle around it, which is like, for your worst job, when were you done and how did you quit? That hasn't happened yet.
Oh, we're still there.
We're pretty sure eventually your boss is going to text everybody or you're just going to say enough one day. Question number 2, and I think that we've also been circling around this that we typically ask is like, what's one good thing you took from this job? And it seems to me like this Unfucking Your Life program.
Yeah, I mean, huge benefit, that one, right? Seeing what I don't want. Sometimes you don't really know what you do want until you know what you don't.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to be a heavy drinker. I don't want to be known as like the party girl. I don't want that anymore. So I'm grateful that I have this job to be like, you can't have both.
Yeah, and I would say that 26 is a very reasonable like age and time to like make that decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. All my friends just have babies, and I'm like, I'd like to drink less. Like,
fewer shots for me, please.
Yeah, exactly. You should have taken a shot to the back of the throat instead of had that thing, but neither here nor there, I guess.
Different shots.
Exactly.
Different shots for different thoughts, you might even say.
Well,
and then question number 3, I guess is just like a general like check-in, like how you doing, which I also feel like we've pretty well circled around.
Also very good. Like I'm in a great spot now.
I mean, definitely. Where can people find you on the internet? Because I'm sure I certainly will be following along the Unfucking Your Life saga.
Oh yeah. So my Instagram is @Morgan Roos. That's where I post my daily shit posting. And then my bartending stories and all of my Unfucking My Life is on my TikTok @Morgan Roos 96.
Nice. And we'll put the links to that in the show notes. Morgan, what a goddamn
it was a lot of fun.
No, man, Nick texted me and was like, oh, we're gonna have this person Morgan on. I was like, great. And then I watched your TikTok, so like, this is going to be a good time. So thank you very much.
Absolutely batshit insane.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it is sometimes. Thanks for joining us, and fuck this place.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening. If you had a good time, don't forget to subscribe, rate the podcast, leave a review, 5 stars, 4 stars. You can give less stars, but don't do that. I mean, you can, but just text us. It's 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. You can just let it out, Get mean. We're here for you. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.